Hello and welcome back everybody to our second episode of this Oblivion walkthrough. I'm not really going to go into the first episode too much because you guys have already seen that. So let's go ahead and get going because there's a lot to do and not enough time to do it. So quickly we're going to step in these natural caverns and start going down this little hill here. And to your right you're going to see a crate and a barrel. Not too much in it. I mean, there's a shirt, but, if you use that, you're still going to be pantsless. So let's continue to go down here and start sneaking, because over to the left, and luckily the game tells us this, there's a goblin, so let's search around for this guy. I think he's around the corner here, and let's check. Yeah, there he is. So I'm going to shoot him. And I didn't take him out just because my marksman skill isn't high enough. So, man, he's loud. I hate fighting. But anyway, just gonna kill him there. Loot him. He doesn't have too much. But the real reward is this novice mortar and pestle. So if you pick that up, along with everything else on the crate there, some ingredients and poison. And you go into your inventory, you can see this little screen that pops up. Essentially what you can do here is add a couple of ingredients like stinkhorn caps or wisp stalk caps and make different potions or poisons. In this case it's damage health for 2 points for 7 seconds. Not bad, not great. I mean, you can get higher stuff with higher levels, but it's not too bad right now. So I'm going to go ahead and poison my bow here with that poison that I made, just in case for later if I find another enemy. And don't miss this chest over here behind the goblin. It's locked, but it's not very difficult. It can be easy to miss, so make sure you grab it. There's some cool stuff in there. And a lot of rat meat on that spit. And not much else here, so let's continue on down the path. Start sneaking again, because quite soon, right there actually, there's a goblin. So if you shoot him, you can take him out in one hit, because there's extra sneak damage and poison damage. Now watch out for that tripwire, because what that does is it gets those things up there and drops them down on top of your head. So if you're crafty enough, you can use that and kill the goblin, or you can completely miss it and kill yourself. I've done that before, so just watch out for those things. And loot the goblin body. He has a shield if you want to have it, and he always has a bear pelt. So bear pelts are nice to have. I'm not going to take it though, just because it's so heavy. But if you feel like having extra money earlier on in the game, you should go ahead and take that, because it does sell for a decent amount. So come down over here to the left. And I'm just pulling out a torch so you guys can see. There's a table right here with a dagger, a piece of gold, and another locked chest. So if you unlock that, I believe there are lockpicks in here. I'm not certain. Yeah, a lockpick and some iron arrows. So not great, not bad. It's worth taking. But I'll leave that. And a cool little thing here is these legs. If you activate them, they can roll down the hill and kill the goblins down below, so that's pretty nice. Sometimes I like getting all the logs down there just for the heck of it, but you do need to be careful when you're doing this, because sometimes you can run ahead of the log while it's rolling down and you can hurt yourself. So make sure you don't do that. Loot the goblins. They typically don't have too much on them, but they do guard some nice chests that have some more arrows and lockpicks and everything. So make sure you grab these. Sort of hard to miss them. And put away your torch if you have it here, because there's going to be an enemy up ahead that you can sneak up on. Typically I fail at sneaking up on them. I probably will here too. Yeah, see, I did. But sometimes you can sneak attack him. He's loud just like all the other ones. So dispatch him as quickly as possible. You don't want anybody else hearing. And loot his body. He doesn't have too much on his person. He almost always has a knife, which is weird. But what he does have is a leather shield that he drops. So if you want that, it's pretty nice. It's not too shabby for early on in the game. So there's a couple goblins in here. I'm gonna poison my bow just to make sure I can kill this guy in one hit. Because I don't want everybody else to be alerted that I'm here whenever I do that. So I'm gonna take a shot there and miss utterly. Wow, that was pathetic. So I don't get that extra poison damage, and now I have to take more than one shot at him and miss miserably. Wow, that's terrible. So I'm going to take him out as quickly as possible. And luckily nobody else saw me here, at least. I don't think they did. Anyway, take that iron arrow back. And a cool little, not Easter egg, but a cool little secret here is this pull rope. So if you activate that, there's a gate down there that releases all the rats to attack the goblin. Which is, it works in your favor, and it attracts that goblin shaman over there, which is shooting spells. Which is good, because you don't want her noticing you just yet. Because, of course, if you have poison, you can get some extra damage with a sneak attack shot. So I'm going to be going for that. Hopefully she won't see me. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. There's some extra damage. Avoid her spells, because if you're hit by more than one of them, they can start doing some damage, especially if you're at a higher difficulty. So be mindful of that. I'm really more trying to dodge her attacks here than actually hit her, because I don't want to be taking damage earlier on in the game. In the end, it doesn't really matter, because I'm not playing on a hard difficulty. But if you are, make sure to dodge those attacks, because they hit hard. Cool thing that she drops actually is her staff that she was shooting you with. It's pretty powerful earlier on in the game, especially for a wizard. It's really nice to have that extra magic damage. Excuse me. Yeah. It's not essential, but it's pretty good for multiple playstyles. But the great thing is that it sells for a decent amount. So make sure you pick that up and go over here to this chest, because it has a repair hammer in it. Now, what repair hammers do is they essentially repair your broken weapons and armor. And it's not that great, but if you feel like acting like a smith for the day, you can go right ahead. But it's not necessary, but if you like the armorer skill, you can go ahead and pick that up. Because, you know, there are blacksmiths that repair your weapons and armor for you anyway. So in this crate, there's 8 rat meat. So if you feel like making some damage fatigue potions, or poisons more like, make sure you grab that chest, because there's a ton in there. And make sure you grab this one as well, that the shaman was guarding, because there is a ton of little nuggets and jewels in there. And a little bit of gold too, which doesn't hurt. And finally, as far as the chests go, or the immediate chests go, before you go in that door, turn left, and there's a chest right here. It has the same thing as what all the other ones have. But that's it for this little part of the subterrane, so we can go ahead and advance, because I don't think there's anything else that we've missed so far. So as we move on forward, we're going to hear some familiar voices talking.
Protect the Emperor until help arrives.
Help? What makes you think help will get here before more of those bastards? We need to get the Emperor out.
And here are some assassins that I at least tried to help with there. Again, I fail miserably.
I think that was all of them.
It's the prisoner again. Kill him. He might be working with the assassins.
No, he is not one of them. He can help us. He must.
For some reason,
help us.
the Emperor believes in me.
They cannot understand why I trust you. They've not seen what I've seen. How can I explain? Listen, you know the Nine, how they guide our fates with an invisible hand.
Yeah, sure, whatever you say.
I've served the Nine all my days, and I chart my course by the cycles of the heavens. The skies are marked with numberless sparks, each a fire, and every one a sign. I know these stars well, and I wonder which sign marked your birth.
Okay, so now we're getting into birth signs. I'm going to explain these very briefly. First we have the Apprentice, which gives you extra magic, but more weakness to magic, so it's sort of a double-edged sword, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad later game, at least. It's pretty nice. But just watch out for that weakness to magic. That can hurt in very specific situations. The next lady, it gives you 10 points in willpower and endurance, which essentially just gives you more stamina, which is good for all sort of classes. For a thief or a mage or a warrior, it's not too bad. Next is the mage. The mage, essentially, it gives you more magic, but it doesn't give you the harsh penalty that the Apprentice does, so it's a more balanced version of the Apprentice, more or less, which is pretty good for a wizard. Next is the Thief. It gives you agility, speed, and luck. That just gives you more mobility when you're fighting, which is very good for a thief or an assassin, as you would think. That's probably the one I'm going to be taking too, so that one's nice for any stealthy character. Next, the Atronach. That is good for any sort of mage or spell sword, because what it does is it gives you extra magic, but at the same time doesn't let you replenish it. And whenever you're hit with a magic spell, you absorb that magic into your own pool. So it's a very big double-edged sword there. I like using it whenever I'm a mage, but it's not necessary, but it is pretty fun to play as. In my opinion, if you're a mage, this might be the best sign for you, because you do get some magic back when you're hit with magic. And of course, the mage and the apprentice are also good. The Lord is really simple. You can get a health spell at the cost of weakness to fire. There's really not much to that one exactly. The Lover, you can paralyze an opponent for 10 seconds, only at the cost of 120 fatigue, so that's not too bad, all things considered. The Ritual, you also get another spell, a healing spell, and you also get a spell of turning undead, which is pretty nice, and with no cost to stamina either. The Serpent, you get a poison spell on touch, and at the same time you can cure yourself of poison and dispel all magic, only at the cost of 100 fatigue. So if you find yourself being poisoned or hit by magic spells a lot, the Serpent is pretty nice. The Shadow is very straightforward. You turn invisible one day for 60 seconds. Very good for thieves and assassins. Steed makes you move fast. Again, not much to say with this, but it is pretty nice for any class. The Tower Key. You can unlock any average lock you want once a day, or average or lower, and get a pretty cool spell of reflecting damage, which isn't too bad for anybody. It's a bit odd, to be honest. The Warrior is also straightforward. It just gives you more health and more strength, which is it's good for a warrior, but not great for a mage, as you would expect. But what I am going to be taking is the Thief right here, because it helps me with mobility and helps me with stealth, so that's going to be helpful. So yes, I do want to be the Thief.
The signs I read show the end of my path. My death, a necessary end, will come when it will come.
What about me?
Your stars are not mine. Today the thief shall guide your steps on the road to destiny.
Can you see my fate?
My dreams grant me no opinions of success. Their compass ventures not beyond the doors of death. But in your face I behold the sun's companion. The dawn of Akatosh's bright glory may banish the coming darkness. With such hope, and with the promise of your aid, my heart must be satisfied.
Aren't you afraid to die?
No trophies of my triumphs precede me, but I have lived well, and my ghost shall rest easy. Men are but flesh and blood. They know their doom, but not the hour. In this I am blessed to see the hour of my death, to face my apportioned fate, then fall.
So then, where are we going?
I go to my grave. A tongue shriller than all the music calls me. You shall follow me yet for a while. Then we must part.
You may as well make yourself useful here. Carry this torch and stick close.
Yeah, I'm not going to be talking to you right now, Boris. We'll talk
Close
later.
and let us do our job. You'll be all right.
So, I'm going to continue to follow these guys and help protect the Emperor because, well, of course he's the Emperor and he's helping me escape from jail, so I'm going to follow them. I'm not going to go ahead of them just because... oh yeah, and make sure you grab this chest right here. You can miss it if you're not paying attention. But as I was saying, you don't get a ton of freedom earlier on in the game. So I'm just going to follow them because if I try to go ahead, of course, they're going to be these assassins that I'm going to kill. Or at least help kill. And there are also locked doors and everything, so I can't exactly move forward anyway. But once we get out of the Imperial Subterrane and out of the sewers, we're going to have tons of freedom. So right now, I'm just sort of following them. Yeah, I hate when that happens. Sometimes I accidentally hit my allies, which isn't fun.
Mara, mercy on you.
Do your
Just kill those guys and make sure that the Emperor is safe and continue on. Right here in the window to your right, make sure you grab it. There's a chest. It always has some potions in it, so that's always nice to take. That can be easy to miss if you're in the thick of battle and you're not paying attention. But I'm going to continue into the sanctum, sort of wait here while Glenroy scouts out the area, because to be honest, if I move forward, I'm just going to be stuck. So I'm going to sit here and pretend that I'm actually protecting the Emperor, because, you know, he's a good guy. He's Patrick Stewart. You have to make sure that he's safe. So I'm just going to follow these guys down here. Really, there's nothing else that you need to be watching out for at the moment. You just sort of have to wait for these guys to go through their
Damn
dialogue.
it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go.
So it seems that this gate right here is locked, and the assassins have trapped us in here. So our only chance of escape is by going into this little passageway and seeing if there's an escape route.
They're behind us. Wait here, sire.
Wait here with the Emperor. Guard him with your life.
So yeah, there's no way out of here. So I'm stuck guarding the Emperor myself. So here we go. Make sure that this guy doesn't kill him.
I can go no
And
further.
here we go.
You alone must stand against the Prince of Destruction and his mortal servants. He must not have the Amulet of Kings. Take the amulet, give it to Joffrey. He alone knows where to find my last son. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
And poor Uriel Septim dies. So kill that final assassin, and this bloody charade has come to an end. Oh yeah, and make sure you loot his corpse because he has a potion of the Night Eye, which essentially just gives you night vision. It's not great, but it's cool. Pretty early game.
I failed. The Blades are sworn to protect the Emperor. Now he and all his heirs are dead. The amulet. Where's the Amulet of Kings? It wasn't on the Emperor's body.
The Emperor gave it to me.
Strange. He saw something in you. Trusted you. They say it's the dragon blood that flows through the veins of every Septim. They see more than lesser men. The Amulet of Kings is a sacred symbol of the Empire. Most people think of the red dragon crown, but that's just jewelry. The amulet has power. Only a true heir of the blood can wear it, they say. He must have given it to you for a reason. Did he say why?
I must take it to Joffrey.
Joffrey? He said that? Why?
There's another heir.
Nothing I ever heard about. But Joffrey would be the one to know. He's the Grand Master of my order. Although you may not think so to meet him, He lives quietly as a monk at Waynon Priory, near the city of Coral.
How do I get there?
First, you need to get out of here. Through that door must be the entrance to the sewers, past the locked gate. That's where we were heading. It's a secret way out of the Imperial City. Or it was supposed to be secret. Here, you'll need this key for the last door into the sewers.
The sewers?
There are rats and goblins down there. But from what I've seen of you, I'm guessing you're an experienced acrobat. Am I right?
No, you are not right, Boris. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be an acrobat, but I am going to be pretty close. So I'm just going to make a custom class here. As I've said many times before, I'm going to be stealth, not combat or magic. Because I like those skills boosted. For my attributes, I'm just going to pick speed and... I don't know, I'd say maybe agility. Yeah, let's do agility because that's very good for a stealthy based character like we are right now. Gives you security, sneak, and marksman bonus. So agility and speed, that works. For my skills, first, probably I'm going to do blade. Just for close encounters with people, I need to make sure that I can defend myself. Marksman, because bows. Light armor, just because we're that stealthy sort of character. We need that. Same thing with sneak. That's just the kind of character we are. Next, I'm thinking athletics. Yeah, athletics, just because I like to be mobile, and in the theme of mobility, I'm probably gonna let's do acrobatics as well. Just because I like jumping around and moving and running away from people if need be. Because I am a thief and I don't have tons of defense. Light armor isn't the best as far as defense goes. And finally, I'm sort of indecisive with my last one, but I'm going to do illusion just because it has some cool spells that a sneaky thief like me can take advantage of. So that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to name myself, I don't know, let's just name myself a rogue. I already know that a rogue is a class, but I just like that name, so I'm going to make it. See, there's the other rogue down there. It's not exactly the same as what I am. But that's what I am, Boris. I am no acrobat.
I wasn't far off. In any case, rats and goblins won't give you any trouble.
After the sewers, then what?
You must get the amulet to Joffrey. Take no chances, but proceed to Waynon Priory immediately. Got it?
Yes, I understand.
Good. The Emperor's trust was well placed.
What about you? What will you do?
I'll stay here to guard the Emperor's body, and make sure no one follows you. You'd better get moving. May Talos guide you. By the way, thanks for recovering Captain Renault's sword. I'll see that it is given a place of honor in the halls of the Blades.
And that is why I told you guys to grab that steel short sword from Captain Renault's body. Because Boris takes away her Akaviri katana, and the steel short sword at this point in the game is the other best melee weapon you can get, as far as blade goes at least. So I made sure to pick that up, just for some extra damage. So the poor Emperor is dead, and we're left alone to go escape out of the sewers. So as we go down here, turn left, and pick up that last chest from the Imperial Subterrane, unlock it, and take the potions that are inside. I think there are always potions in there. This door was the one that was locked from before. Maybe if we could have opened it, the Emperor might have survived. But it's too late now, so let's go ahead and make our way to the sewers and try to find our way out of here, because none of this is very fun. It's sort of claustrophobic, really. As you can tell, the sewers are dark and dank, and I'm sneaking because there's always tons of enemies down here, like goblins, and yeah, see, there's a goblin right there. Make sure you stay in the dark if you're a stealth character, because if you're in the light, you can be seen easier. So I like staying in the dark and shooting, just to make sure that they don't see me. See, look, I missed again. I'm horrible. But killed him, splattered blood on the wall with my amazing shot there. My marksman skill, yeah, okay, it's at 40. 40 marksman and 40 sneak. With those stats right there, you're gonna be doing tons of sneak damage early on into the game. So that's sort of caused by the birth sign that you picked in the class that you are. So make sure you kill this goblin down here. There are 2 goblins in the sewers, and there's a rat down here. So make sure you kill them, loot their bodies if you're an archer, because you want to make sure you get as many arrows as possible. And then come down here and bring out a torch, just because it's really dark and you want to make sure that you're not missing anything. Not that you would be, but just in case. So I'm going to loot his body, get that arrow back, and some lockpicks. And don't miss this chest right next to him. That one's hard to miss in the dark. So make sure you have a torch if you're out here, so you can see it. And if you like using blunt weapons, take that iron mace. It's pretty good early on into the game. It's one-handed, it does a lot of damage, and it's blunt. So it's not bad if you're that sort of character. So kill this rat here, but before you go down there, wait, let me take him out for a second. Before you go down there, there's a chest. As soon as you come out there, I forgot to get it. So it's not locked. You can take it. There's some arrows and a lockpick in there. Not too bad. And there's nothing else in the crate or the barrel. So after that, you can make your way out and go up the stairs. Well, after you loot the rat, if you want some rat meat. Then go up the stairs, and there should be another rat. I don't know if it's going to be immediate. Yeah, see, it's immediately there. Sometimes it's not right up on the door, sometimes it's around the corner, so be wary. If you are playing at higher difficulties, it won't kill you, but it might scare you. Give you a heart attack. And as we make our way down this hallway, as you guys can probably tell by the sight ahead of you, this is the very end of the sewers. Now, I'm not going to be showing you what's outside. That's going to be for the third video. So, I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry the tutorial took so long, but I sort of had to do that just because that's the length of my videos. I don't want to go past 30 minutes because that's sort of a pain to watch sometimes, I think. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode, you get to look forward to finally getting out of the sewers and taking our foot into the big open world that is Cyrodiil. And we can go in any direction that we want to. So if you liked, please show that you liked by leaving a like or subscribe. And I hope you have a good rest of your day.